Yes. Greetings, everybody. Nick D Virgilio here in the Sweetwater video studio, hanging out with Jared Falk from Drumeo. Welcome.
It's great to be here. This is my second time at Sweetwater.
Yeah, it's great to have you back.
Every time I come back, I feel like the facility doubles in size and there's double the amount of people. It's pretty awesome.
I think it's about that. Since you were here, it was GearFest 2019?
I thought 2018 or 2019. But
yeah, it's one of those. So it's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
And we have grown quite a bit since then.
Yeah.
And Drumeo has also grown quite a bit since then. So tell us how you navigated all the craziness, because we were talking about how you had the very first Drumeo festival. You had a lot of amazing players at your gig, and that was right before the pandemic hit. So how did you survive the initial kind of craziness? And then your company has definitely grown since then. So what have you been up to? Yeah,
so February 21st and 22nd, 2020, hard to say all that, that's when our festival was. And it was basically 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the world shut down. And I was just thanking the Lord that we actually got to put that on. Because, you know, to put on an event, it costs a lot of money. Sure. And you have to put out a lot of guarantees that you'll never get back if something like that were to happen. And so I'm just thankful that we had 700 people come out and participate in that festival, some great bands. Right after that, I flew to South Africa to do some clinics and things like that. And I remember talking to the promoter there, like, so are you concerned about COVID? And he's like, oh no, there's only like one case in all of Africa. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll fly around the world and do some clinics in Johannesburg or whatever. And then 2 days after I got home, the world shut down. And I remember sitting there with my wife on the couch, just looking at the news. NBA is canceled, NFL canceled, all the stuff was just getting canceled. And I thought my business was done, to be honest with you, because I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really knew what was going to happen.
No. And so, fortunately, like I know, it wasn't the case for a lot of people. A lot of businesses really suffered during this time, but people started to use online lessons more than ever.
Right.
And so I believe at that time we had around 40-ish people working for us, and now I think we have around 100. James back there, my brother, around 100. And yeah, we're much busier than we have been in the past. And so Drumeo's grown to now it has little brothers and sisters. It has Pianote. It's almost a bigger sister than Drumeo. We have Guitario. We have Singio. Yeah, and it's just going great. You know, great staff. I'm just having so much fun building the company and helping so many people get started playing music.
Sure. Well, congratulations on what you've built, because you've really built a great thing. Yeah, you can learn so many amazing things on the Drumeo channel. You know, every style of music, players from every style of guys, gals, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And it's just a fantastic learning resource, depending what you're into, you know?
Yeah, because of COVID, one thing we thought about is like, how are we going to give a similar experience that we have in the past? Like you've been out to Drumeo, and we used to host artists. That was our thing. We hosted artists, we filmed content. So we launched our coaches program, our Drumeo coaches program, and it's basically 10 of the greatest drummers in the world from all different walks of life and experiences, right? And so we have Larnell Lewis doing a weekly stream. Todd Zuckerman does a weekly stream called The Todd Zuckerman Show. We have Domino Sant'Antonio, who's like blown up on TikTok and social media. She's very much in the new modern musician. Sarah Thawer, who's incredible. Matt McGuire from Chainsmokers does a weekly stream with us, which is pretty awesome because he's on blackout on social media. On Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, he does no posts. That's like a Chainsmokers thing. Okay. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. But he's on Drumeo every single week, and so we've been able to help students kind of get inspired and get connected to the best drummers in the world to hopefully, you know, teach them what they need to know to excel in their instruments.
Yeah, and it's great because now we're finally starting to get back a little bit to some. It's not completely normal yet, but it's getting back there.
Out here, it's more normal. In Canada, we're also locked down.
Yeah, and we're lucky. I think this state's done well where we are here in Indiana. So it's great that you're offering these things for players to sit at home. You know, we were sold a lot of gear during this time, so people got to kind of woodshed a lot and learn stuff they probably may not have had a chance to learn if they were doing their normal day-to-day thing. So I think a lot of good came out of it in that respect.
Yeah, definitely. So many more people have picked up instruments because of COVID, and so that is one of the blessings of this. We have to kind of look at what can we learn from this, you know, and what are the positives, even though there are so many negatives.
I do have a question about your coaches program. The guys and the gals who are putting out the streams, are they doing them like in real time? I know Todd's out on the road with Styx right now. Is he doing streams from the road, or is he getting these things filmed ahead of time?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So Todd is unique in that we let the coaches do whatever they want. We obviously provide some guidelines, like they can't do some things, but none of them, we don't get coaches that would do those types of things that we don't want them to do. And so we really haven't had to moderate any of the content. But yeah, Todd did one where he was on the road. He did a stream. He showed us a tour bus. He showed us the backstage catering.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
All this stuff. And it was super interesting. As a drummer, I sat there and just was engaged the whole time watching it. And then other people will pre-film some of it, but I would say around 75% of it is live streamed. So students can ask direct questions.
Great.
Yeah.
And so what's the plan for the future now that things are changing a little bit? You travel the world. You've done a lot of really cool things as part of your channel, playing drums on a mountain and, you know, all kinds of stuff, going and doing some cool factory tours. So what's the plans for the near future?
Well, we're kind of going to Coaches 2.0 next year. So we have some really, really excited things planned. We have some huge artists already lined up and booked, which is going to be a combination of more of the live streaming, but then the pre-filmed kind of masterclass format from these artists. As well as I'm working on a new sitcom about musicians, a group of musicians, which I'm really excited to launch. And I'm hoping, this is like a shot in the dark, so if anyone's out there watching and can help me get this onto like Netflix or Hulu or something, I want to create content that inspires people to play music. And so I think this new sitcom that I'm just going through the scripts now, we could eventually put that out and then, you know, hopefully get some virality around it, but who knows?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Lots of cool things. Well, thanks so much for coming out and hanging out with us at Sweetwater again. This is great.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
And hopefully we'll do another Gear Fest in the near future, in person.
Yes.
The virtual ones are cool, but we want to get back with hanging out with people again, so hopefully you'll come back again and see us.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
You want to play a little bit more before we say goodbye?
Okay.
Just a little bit?
Okay.